Finish with hyperbola. All right, welcome back. We are going to continue on. This is your line. Notice how you set the parameters left to right. You could have also done low to high. If that was the case, that would be a Y. Here's an equation of a circle, okay? And if you notice, we only wanted part of a circle. So it starts here at 3, goes all the way up to 9. You could have also put infinity for 9. Here is an example of a parabola. Oop, I forgot to box in the original, didn't I? Okay, let's highlight that. Here is the original. I would use the vertex form instead of the standard form. There's your circle, and there's your line. I will upload this in Google Classroom when I get done, so you always have access, okay? All right, in case you lose your paper. Sounds good? All right, now we got to talk about, what's the next shape we need to talk about? Ellipse. Let's do ellipse before we do hyperbola, okay? All right. I want to save this quadrant for hyperbola because you have to have a rectangle, your asymptote, and all that. So let's go to a different quadrant for your ellipse. Where do you guys see space that we can do some ellipse? What quadrant is that? It's the first one. Positive, positive. It's always the first, and it goes in counterclockwise. All right, let's pick here's the equation for an ellipse. You guys ready? Ellipse, that way you always have all this to use. It is x minus h squared, okay, over a squared, x goes with a. Since it's an ellipse, it's a plus because they fold in together and form a circle. Y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. Okay? That is the equation of an ellipse. You guys good? All right, so this is to refresh your memory. Now, you don't have to turn these notes in, just to let you know. This is to help you guys on your project. Okay? All right, I'm going to highlight that. You guys good? Make sure you have that 1. Some of you guys forgetting to write that equals 1. Okay, let's pick a point. What point do you want to be at the center? 15, 15, 15? Now you see why I use 4 quadrants. It's a lot easier to try to do that, right? 15 and 15, okay? So there's my center, 15, 15. Here's your H, here's your K, in case you've forgotten. Cameron, copy this down so you have it. All right. Do you go wash your face? Yeah, you all right? Okay. Your A. How far do you guys want to go out from your A?
3.
3. All right, let's do 3. So my A is equal to 3. So I'm going to go left 3, right 3. You guys good on that? Okay. How about your B? How about we just do 2 or 1? Your choice. 2. All right. So my B is equal to 2. So I'm going to go up 2, down 2, right? Okay. Go ahead and connect your points to make your ellipse. Ooh, my left hand is so much better. Okay, you guys see that? I'm sorry. So 3 to the left, 3 to the right, 2 up, 2 down. Okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and write our equation and see that so you can see what it looks like. All right? Okay. Hey, Madeline. Okay, here's your equation. You guys ready? X minus 15. Correct? There's your H. Square over 3. Do you guys see that 3? What's 3 square? 9. Plus, okay, y minus 15 square over your B. What's your B? 2, so that's 4 equals 1. And there you have your equation of an ellipse. Did you guys see that? Okay. Now, if I'm going to use all of that ellipse, do I have to set a parameter? No, you don't have to set a parameter. Do you guys see that? But if I only want to use part of this, And the reason I show you guys a part of it is for this very reason. A lot of people draw a picture and that becomes the ear. Just thought I'd let you know, okay? They make that into an ear. So let me ask you this, okay? Would I look at the x value if I want this? X or y? Would I set my parameters using the x or the y? Now, if you use the y, did I set that off? No, but if I use the x, am I going to set that off? Like, set it aside, the parts I want to use. Do you guys see the difference in that? So should that be an x or a y? That will be a x, correct? All right, so here's your parameter. Where am I starting my point? Right here at 15? X. Where is it going to go all the way to? What is that? What point is this one? 18. And there's your parameter. I'm setting it aside. Okay? So, I'm only graphing from 15 to 18.
Oh, you're using X.
Yes. Because I'm going left to right. X goes left to right. I'm only graphing from this part to this part. What is that? 15 to 18, which is your X value. If I had done the Y value, you see this, Carson? If I did the Y, 15 to 18, do you see how it still shows all the ellipse? So instead of Y, we use the X for this one. But if you were graphing from here to here, just that part, the top half, then you would have used the Y. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. You guys good? Any questions about that? What if you only wanted to use this part right here?
You would put that part?
I would put the X, but you also need which part? The Y. Do you see that? So if you're only using this part, see that part I'm using? My parameter would be, I want from 15 to 18 for the X value. Do you guys see it? But don't you also need to cut off this bottom part? So you want it from what? 15 to the 17 for the Y value. See how you're cutting it off? Do you guys see the parameter? Okay. So you would have to add 15Y to the 17. So your ellipse would have how many parameters? 2 of them, because you're cutting it off right here. Does that make sense? Do you guys see that? You're cutting it off right here. See how you're cutting it off? Okay, y'all look at me funny. Okay. I'm cutting it off right here. You guys see it right there? That part. So far so good? That's where it's from 15 to 18.
On the X.
On the X axis, yes. On the X. X goes left and right. But also, you don't want just to cut off the X, you also want to cut off the bottom half of that because you only want a part of it. Do you guys see how you just want a fourth of it? Well, guess what? You did the X. You see it right there? But I also want to cut off this end, so now you have to add the Y. Do you see how you have to do both of them? But if you only wanted the top half, all you had to do was the Y. If you only wanted to the right half, you just have to do the X.
And if you wanted to do the left half, you do the X as well.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because you're saying, hey, cut this part off. I only want from here to here.
Okay.
Cut this part off. I only want from here to here. Cut this part off. I only want from low to high. You guys see how that worked? All right. That's your parameter. Like I'm setting boundaries for it. I want you to fence in that fourth part. I don't want to fence in the whole thing. Okay? So just keep that in mind as you guys are working on that. All right, and there you have your ellipse. Any questions about the ellipse? And if I want to use all of the ellipse, you don't even have to set anything. You're done. Okay? Yes? All right. Any questions? Okay, let's go to hyperbola. We're going to do that on the fourth quadrant. All right. Do this in pencil. I'm going to do mine in purple. Actually, I'm going to do it in red so you guys can see it. Do this in pencil. That way you show your mark when you guys are drawing the picture, and then you color it in with the color pencils you want to color. Does that make sense? But I do need to see that X, so that way I know it's not an ellipse and it's a hyperbola. All right, here we go. Here's the formula for a hyperbola. Okay, I'm actually going to do it down here. Hyperbola.
Are you gonna go up or down?
Yeah, that's a great question. Do you guys want to go up or down or left to right?
Left to right.
You want to do left to right? Okay, let's do left to right. Since we're doing left to right, which variable should come first? The x. Very good. If I wanted y, the up and down, I would use the y first, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to do the left to right. So it's going to look something like this. So x minus h squared over a squared. But instead of a plus, it's a minus. Y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. And there's your formula for a hyperbola. Man, you guys are so good. All right. And you guys know to switch if you decide to go up and down. Okay? All right. So on your graph, I do want to see this pencil on your paper. The picture you guys turn in, I want to see this. Do it in pencil so it doesn't overtake the pictures, okay? But I actually need to see the asymptote and your rectangles. That way I know you're doing it right. All right, I'm going to do mine in red just so I can show you. Okay, where you want the center? We're going to do it, I left a bunch of space up here for that reason. Where you want the center? 12 and
8.
8. Negative 8?
Yeah.
Okay. 12 and negative 8. There we go.
Do I have to do that one?
No, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna do 10 and negative 12.
Okay, that's up to you. Now, you just make sure you write example that goes with yours, okay, Carson?
Okay.
All right. So for us, we're going to do 12 and negative 8, okay? All right, I'm going to do mine in, you guys should do yours in pencil so that way you can kind of see it. But then we're going to graph it with the bigger color or marker or something. Okay, here we go. What do you A want to be? What do you want your A to be? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my A right now is a 4. Okay. Where do you want the B to be? Where do you want 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Could I go ahead and write my equation right now before I do the hyperbola? Sounds good. All right, here we go. Notice I'm not asking for foci. I'm not asking for vertex. Isn't this nice? You just have to write the equation. All right, x minus 12 square over 16, or minus 4 square. Y plus 8 square over 9 is equal to 1. Did you guys see your equation? See where I got them? Okay, so far so good. Okay. Once you're done with the equation, let me know. We're gonna, what do we draw next after we got the vertices and covert? The box. So we're gonna draw our box. Sketch a box. Aren't you glad I'm only making you guys do 2 of them? After that, just add what you want, okay? Now what do? Do the X. Not like that, right guys? But corner to corner. So draw your asymptote, corner to corner. It should go through the center. If it doesn't, your asymptote should go through the center. If it doesn't, check your counting. Okay? If it doesn't go through the center, did you count it right? You might have did 3 and 4 on the X, or 2 and 3, something. So if it doesn't go through the center, check your counting. That's an error on your part. All right, you guys got it? Here we go. Are we good? Okay, this one goes what? Left to right. Now, if I'm only using one side of it, say for example, I'm only using that side of the hyperbola, do I need to sketch the other side? No. Did you guys see that? But did you show me that you use a hyperbola and not an ellipse right here with your boxes? Uh-huh. I like that. Uh-huh. Okay. So you don't have to draw two. You only have to draw which side. But if you use both of them, then you need to draw both of them, correct? Hyperbolas. Those. If you're only using part of one, if you're only using this half, do you have to draw this half? No. If you're using this half, do you have to draw that half? No. All right, you guys got that part? Let's do our parameters. Are we ready? Are we ready for the parameters?
Yes.
All right. I only want to graph, say, from here to right here. Okay, let me make it a little bit better. I only want to graph from here to right here. That's it. Are you guys seeing the part I just want to graph from? Okay. And if I wanted the bottom half to be exactly the same, because I'm only using from here to right here. You guys see that? Let's write our parameters. Okay. Are you noticing I'm using none of that? I only want to use that part. You see the part I want? I don't want anything over here. I just want this part right here, the dark part. You guys good? How would I write my parameters? Would I use my X or my Y? X. You would use your X. All right. Where is my X starting from? 17. So I'm going to start at 17. I'm going to use X. How far am I going on that? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Is that 20? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And there's your parameter for your hyperbola. Just like that. What do you guys think? Can you do it? Okay. Now, could you also have just done that part over there as well? And set the parameters using hyperbola? The same hyperbola, but I just want it in opposite direction? Let me ask you this. What if I had wanted this to continue all the way over to the other side? All the way, and it keeps going on forever and ever and ever. Instead of 20, what you put right there? Infinity. Do you see it? And beyond. That's light year. That's a good show. I don't like the new one as much. Okay, what do you guys think? All right. Okay, let me turn this off. Anybody want to say shout out? You got to come up here and say it. Shout out to Miss Malinka.
Are you recording?
Yeah.